Another common question is the question on summation. This symbol, the Greek letter uppercase sigma, is given, and they would write here r equals to 1 to n, and they'll give some sort of u sub r. So this means sum of first n terms. That's what it means. R equals to 1 here represents the first term, r equals to n represents the last term, and ur represents the particular term. So if you unpack this series could be written as u sub 1 plus u sub 2 plus u sub 3 plus it goes on and on up to u sub n. So summation, we call this summation, is the same as sum of the first n terms. Let me give you an example. So if you have evaluate r equals to 1 to 20 where we have 2r plus 1. This means if you unpack this, r equals to 1 of the first term is 2 ones are 2 plus 1 3. The second term is 2 to the 4 plus 1 5. The third term is 2 3 the 6 plus 1 7. And it goes on and on till the 20th term, u20. So this is the same as finding s20. So s20 would be n by 2 twice a is 3, plus n minus 1 is 19, and the common difference is the next term subtract the previous term. So 5 minus 3 is 2, so this would be 2. So if you calculate this, you're going to get the summation of this, and this turns out to be 440. So that's sigma. If we do another example, suppose you have to find the summation of r equals to 1 to 50, and we have 3r minus 1, that is the rth term here. So if we unpack this, the first term would be 3 ones are 3 minus 1 2. The second term would be 3 to the 6 minus 1 5. And since this is an arithmetic series, you don't have to worry about the third or fourth or fifth term. These two terms are enough to find the first term and common difference. So the sum of the first 50 terms is going to be s50. So n by 2 twice a, first term is 2, plus n minus 1 is 49, and the common difference is going to be 5 minus 2 3. So this turns out to be 3775. One more thing, it is important that when you're finding the summation, it has to be the sum of the first n terms. If it does not start from the first n terms, then we have to do something about it. If you have to find the sum of r equals to 4 to 20 for the same thing, 2r plus 1. Now here you have to remember the first term now would be r equals to 4. 4 to the 8 plus 1 9. The second term would be r equals to 5. So 2 5 is the 10 plus 1 11, and it goes on like that. And since it is not from r equals to 1 to 20, it is not going to be s20. The number of terms would be different. So this is how you found how many terms there are. The number of terms would be, this is how you count natural numbers. So you take the last term, which is 20, subtract the first one, which is 4, increase by 1, and then you're going to get how many terms we have. So this is going to be 20 minus 4 is 16 plus 1 17. So this is going to be 17 terms, because from r equals to 4 to r equals to 20 there are 17 terms. So here therefore you have to find s17. So this would be n by 2 twice a, the first term is going to be 9, plus n minus 1 is 16, and common difference is 11 minus 9 is 2. So when you have a summation where the value of the first term is not 1 but something else, you have to remember you have to find the number of terms. It is not going to be s20 here, it is going to be s20 minus 4 plus n. Now the same thing would be over here. If it was not r equals to 1 to 50, if it was something like this, find the summation of r equals to 10 to 50, so 3r minus 1. Then the first term would be 3 tens are 30 minus 1 29. The second term would be 3 11s are 33 minus 1 32. It would be like this, and the number of terms now would be 50 minus 10 40 plus 1. So there would be 41 terms, and you would have to find s41. This would be n by 2 twice a is 29, plus n minus 1 is 40, and the common difference would be 32 minus 29, that would be 3, and just calculate this one. There can be another question regarding arithmetic sum of n terms. They might give an expression for the sum of n terms by themselves. So this is what they're giving. So Sn is this expression. Somehow they have come up with this expression. Now you have to find the first term. Remember, S1 is sum of one term. S2 is sum of two terms. S3 is sum of three terms. That's what it means. U1 plus U2 plus U3. So if you have to find the first term, then it is going to be S1. So if you put n equals to 1, S1 would be equals to U1, and you have already an expression for Sn. So if you put 1 over here, it would be 1, 2 ones are 2, plus 3, and this would be U1. So this would be 2 ones are 2 plus 3 is 5, therefore U sub 1 is 5. So that is the first term. Now for the common difference. So you know, if you put n equals to 2, you will get S2, which is U1 plus U2. So S2, if you use this expression that they have given, so this would be 2. 2 to the 4 plus 3. U1 we already know, which is 5. We don't know what U2 is. So this is going to be 2 to the 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 to the 14. So we have 14 equals to 5 plus U sub 2. Therefore, U sub 2, the second term is going to be 14 minus 5, which is 9. Now we have to find the common difference. So therefore, the common difference is the next term subtract the previous term. So U2 minus U1. So U2 is 9 and U1 is 5. So the common difference is going to be 4. In an arithmetic series, if the three consecutive terms are given, then we use the common difference rule. The common difference rule says next term subtract the previous term is equal to the next term subtract the previous term. So U2 minus U1 is equal to U3 minus U2. So we know these are consecutive terms, one after the other. It could be first, second, third, 8th, 9th, 10th, whatever it is, it should be one after the other or consecutive terms. So here we have three consecutive terms and they're the first three terms. So this is U sub 1, this is U sub 2, and this is U sub 3. So using the common difference rule, we can write U2 minus U1, 20 minus 5x is equals to U3 minus U2, which is thrice x minus 20. So we can write this as 20 plus 20 is 40, thrice x plus 5x is 8x. So therefore 40 equals to 8x. Therefore x equals to 5. We found the value of x. And now we have to find the value of each of the term. So when x equals to 5, the first term U sub 1 is going to be 5 into 5, 25. The second term U sub 2 is going to be 20. And the third term U sub 3, that is going to be thrice x. 3 into 5 is 15. So these are the first three terms. This is a similar example. Now we have three consecutive terms. So one is minus 8, then x squared, then 17x. And it is also mentioned here, these are the first three terms. So we can write here U2 minus U1, x squared minus minus 8 is equals to U3 minus U2, which is 17x minus x squared. We can write x squared plus 8 equals to 17x minus x squared. So this is x squared plus x squared. And if you bring this 17 to the other side, minus 17x plus 8 equals to 0. So this would be 2x squared minus 17x plus 8 equals to 0. 8 to the 16, so this would be 2x squared minus 6 1 is 6, so 17 minus 16x minus x plus 8 equals to 0. If we take twice x common, this would be x minus 8 minus 1, this would be x minus 8 equals to 0. So this would be x minus 8. This would be twice x minus 1 equals to 0. Therefore, x equals to 8 or x equals to half. Now, when we have two values of x, they would give us some information about which value of x to use. Here it's not given because all we have to do is find the values of x. But if we had to find the first two term, they would say something like, given that the value of x is an integer, find the first three terms. So in that case, if x is an integer, suppose x equals to 8, then the first term would be, it is already given, minus 8. The second term would be x squared, which would be 8 squared, that would be 64. And the third term would be 17 into 8, and that would be 136. And on the other hand, if they mention that x is not an integer, then we would have to use x equals to half. So then we would say x equals to half, and so the first term would be minus 8, the second term would be half squared, which would be 1 by 4, and the third term would be 17 into half, that would be 17.